Mondi,
Hey man,
here we are. We're back.
a little hiatus there, huh?
I know that everybody thought that we were gone. Everybody thought that it was over. Well, it's not fucking over. So I say it's over, bitch. News, reviews, updates, tidbits, factoids. A lot of things to
Yeah.
discuss. Where is there?
Mm-hmm.
Um, like the video. Comment down below. I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. And subscribe to the Current Hero Pod. Okay.
And please share if you're feeling frisky.
Yeah.
First order of business. Julian's first time going to Dragon Con was the other day. We all went together, me, him, and two other friends of ours, Jacob and Yami. This is my third year going in a row, and so I just want to know your
Hmm.
experience. Your first time going to Dragon Con. I know you dipped out kind of early, but based on what you did see and stuff like that.
Um. Yeah, I didn't like it. I mean, I'd never do it again. I like MomoCon way better, but maybe it's just because I went to MomoCon first. But yeah, I'd never do Dragon Con again. Um,
What can you explain? Like, what didn't you like about it?
well, I mean, it was just a
And
meetup nerd
I guess,
fest.
yeah.
Uh,
Like, what makes MomoCon better too? I guess.
yeah, it's just a meetup nerd fest. There was like no real event that I cared about doing. No real actor or actress that I cared about waiting in the line for. Aside from Deborah Ann Wall, but I wasn't about to pay. Yes, I wasn't about to pay $60 for a picture with her. Um, and yeah, I mean, there was no like direction
Mm-hmm.
uh, or order to anything. It was just like it felt like a fan event. Like it felt just like a big meetup, which is cool. Like
Yeah.
if that's what you're going for, great. That's not. I mean, you know, I'll never do it again. That's not what I wanted to do. Um, MomoCon was a lot more organized. It was in one central location, so I was able to do everything in that one place. Um, I was able to. It had actually people that I cared about there, and there's a lot of vendors there, which was cool. And the video game area was cool. The streamer area, there's just like a lot of things to do. I felt like in MomoCon, whereas in Dragon Con, if you didn't find something to do, then you were just doing nothing. Which is, like I said, like if you're going to like look at, the all the cosplay, that's cool for like an hour, but after that, then you're just standing around looking crazy. So, like I said, this is just me personally. What I like to do, how I like to spend my time. I'd never go to a Dragon Con again, but San Diego Comic Con, New York Comic Con, even MomoCon, I would go to MomoCon again before I go to Dragon Con. But that's just me.
Nice, nice. So I've never been to MomoCon. I do want to go. So the structure does sound interesting. One of the main appeals for me for Dragon Con is the people watching. I guess you're not really into that, but
Not at all.
in the past I've just had a seat for like an hour or two, just watch people go by in their different costumes. Like I like that kind of stuff as well. And there was itineraries and panels for those who haven't gone that we just didn't kind of do our research prior and stuff like that. So we're kind of like freestyling it,
Sure.
freestyling it. So yeah, but yeah, okay, nice. Let's get into some reviews. Did you finish any movies or any shows?
Nope, didn't finish anything.
Wow. Okay. Well, I watched three movies. The first movie that I'm going to get into is Nobody 2, which is now playing in theaters. Part 1, I think, is a hidden gem. This stars Bob Odenkirk, Saul Goodman himself from the Breaking Bad series, and of course, Better Call Saul. And I would have never guessed or ever seen Bob Odenkirk as an action star. And that movie changed my mind completely. He's so badass in that movie. It's definitely one of John Wick's many children, but this is actually one of the good ones, in my opinion. The first one, at least. I'm so glad Connie Nielsen has more to do here. Connie Nielsen, I guess from the mainstream perspective, the mother of Wonder Woman. What was it? Not Hera in the Snyderverse. What was her name? Aphrodite. I can't remember her name.
Apollo, something like that.
Uh,
Apollo,
Something like that. Yeah, something like that. Hippolyta.
Hippolyta. Yeah.
Hippolyta. Yeah. Anyway, her. Yeah. She's his wife in the film. In the first one, she didn't have much to do. In the second one, she's given a lot more to do. Definitely lean more into that family dynamic. I'm so glad because I love them two together. I think Connie Nielsen is really, really great. This is basically the one of those movies where this guy he can't walk away. Like if he sees something happening, whether it involves him or not, he's can't walk away. He's gonna always get him in trouble. So I like that. However, the big surprise factor is gone because in the first movie, like the first I think act of the movie, like the first 30 minutes, we don't really get to see Bob Odenkirk doing any badass things. We just see him like kind of being a regular guy, and then when it kicks in that bus scene, for those who's watched the movie, it's like, oh shit, now it's going into overdrive. With this movie, it knows what it is off the bat, so it's no kind of like suspension of disbelief. It's like, okay, he's just a badass from start to finish, and so I feel like that surprise factor kind of helped elevate the first movie, in my opinion. And I feel like so many movies, I will say a positive about the movies. There's so many action movies that come out these days seem to have like this action quota. Like, okay, we're gonna have this many fight scenes and blah blah blah. But this movie seems very intentional with this action. So the action is still really 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 good in this movie. Um, not only is it intentional, it's fun as well. And so I think that's always kind of the best way to go. It does take the approach that many sequels seem to take when they do sequels. It's like, okay, bigger is better, right? And so I've always disagreed with that notion. On a fundamental basis, but I see why a movie would do that, obviously. And I don't know. This movie, I feel like that. I feel like the movie itself didn't give itself enough credit because I think it had a really good just like foundation in terms of the story, and I feel like it didn't believe in the story enough. So we're like, okay, we're just gonna give you all this action and action and action, which I get it. That's what we're here for. But the story actually I thought was really compelling. That was underneath everything, but they kind of pushed it to the back burner. So overall, nobody to. I give it a C plus. Like I said, I think it's a fine sequel. I think if you enjoy part one, you'll definitely enjoy this one, but it's not as good as part one. So yeah.
Okay.
You never seen these nobody movies, have you?
No. Yeah, I heard of them. Yep.
Okay. Next review is for Highest to Lowest. This is the new Spike Lee film with Denzel Washington. You are so crazy for laughing. Anyway,
I'm sorry.
This movie is not getting a wide release. Oh, go ahead.
Actually, I'll save it.
No, say it.
No, I'm going to save it because I really want you to get into this. Seriously.
Okay. This movie is not getting a wide release, which completely baffles me. Spike Lee partnered with A24 here. It is coming to Apple TV this month of September, so you guys will be able to check it out on Apple TV if you have Apple TV Plus. But I searched high and low for this movie. No pun intended. Wow, I swear off the top of the dome. Anyway, I searched high and low for this movie. I finally found it playing The Battery at Silver Point Cinema. Listen, guys, before there was the iconic duo of Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan, there was the iconic duo of Denzel and Spike Lee. And so put some respect on these guys' name. It's also interesting. This is also an adaptation, actually, of Akira Kurosawa, a famous Japanese director. His movie called High and Low. So that's why I guess that's why they put the 2 in there, because it's not really a sequel, but it's definitely like a pay homage and kind of a very similar structure. Also, this movie stars Jeffrey Wright, who I love from obviously American Fiction and The Batman and all that kind of stuff. Like, he's such a talented actor, in my opinion. And honestly, just for me, as somebody that loves film and loves to study actors, just seeing him and Denzel share the screen together was enough for me to like make me want to buy a fucking ticket, because they're just so much powerhouses, in my opinion. And just seeing them exchange words and have this dialogue is just very nuanced and very interesting for me. So I love that part of it. A$AP Rocky also has a very big role in this movie. And I'll be honest, man, his acting is absolutely abysmal in this film. It is absolutely abysmal, and he has a lot to carry. There's a scenes where he has to share scenes with Denzel Washington. And it's like you can really just see that gap that much more when these two are having scenes. But I will say this, though. One of the best scenes of the entire year comes from an interaction between A$AP Rocky and Denzel Washington when they're in this music studio together and they're having this dialogue back and forth. Even though A$AP is not doing the best, it's just a really, really I credit Spike Lee. It's a really, really just fantastic scene involving music, all that kind of stuff. I really, really enjoyed it. Like many Spike Lee movies, this is also a love letter to New York City. Like, New York City plays a character in the film. This nigga loves New York. I get it. I get it, you know. And it's also a love letter to music as well. Like, it's interesting that both him and Ryan Coogler, him being Ryan Coogler's like, God. Like, Ryan Coogler always speaks about how much he loves Spike Lee and how he inspired him. They both have made movies this year about how black music is integral to our culture and stuff like that. And so Ryan Coogler's being centers, obviously. And so, yeah, man. I will say that there's some negatives to the film for me. The first act of the film feels like a straight up soap opera. Like, it's got soap opera music in the background, soap opera score. It just doesn't feel very theatrical. But then once it kicks into overdrive in that second and third act, it becomes, what we noticed for Spike Lee to know and love. And so overall, I give the film a B. I think it really, like I said, that second and third act really saved it for me. Ice Spice, they got her all over the marketing. She has a 5-second scene in the movie that's interesting and funny. I will say, though, Princess Nokia, who's another artist that you guys may or may not have heard of, she has a scene with Denzel, and she is like actually really fantastic. I want to see her do more acting. So, and last thing I just want to say is, well, there's a scene in the movie when Denzel was running full speed after A$AP Rocky, and that was the most obvious stunt double I've ever seen in my entire life. It was actually hilarious. It took me out of the movie. I was like, this is crazy. Like, this is running the 4-2, old Denzel. But anyway,
okay.
But yeah, like I give it a B, man. I Spike Lee's, I think he's one of my all-time favorite directors, and it's not one of his best, but it's definitely a good movie in my opinion. So yeah. I'm sorry. What were you gonna say about the
Spike Lee joint? Look, Monty, I have tried to let this go for a few pods. Okay, it's been month and a half since the Eyes of Wakanda has come out. I've been waiting on the review, and you just won't say anything about it. So,
Oh, yeah. I watched one episode and I was like, it's not bad. I just like I don't want to do this anymore. I hate that you're influencing me. I'm
how?
gaining way too much discretion these days. I actually have a list. I have a list in my phone of movies I've walked out of. I'm at like 9 now, so it's really
Wow.
bad, guys.
This year?
This year alone. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And so yeah, like I said,
Okay.
guys, it's not. I've actually heard good things about Eyes of Wakanda.
Mhm.
But it's not. I watched the first episode. I was like, do I care to finish this? I don't. And I'm getting busier now and stuff like that. So I was just like, I really value my time. So
Yeah.
fuck Julian.
No. Dude, hey man, the MCU is you are releasing the shackles.
No,
I have
hold on
it
now.
for you.
If it was a live action canon event, I'd have to watch it, whether I wanted to or not. But this is something that is kind of like, I guess it could be canon, I guess, but I have no problem thinking that it's not. So that's why I had no problem watching it. But
Cool.
who knows? I might revisit it in the future. I won't.
You won't.
Last movie review, guys, is for K-pop Demon Hunters. This movie
Wow, the movie heard around the fucking world. Wow.
It came back way back in like June, I believe.
Okay.
And I was fighting so hard not to watch this movie.
Why?
But like you said, people, because I just like it just I have I have an issue with Netflix original films.
Okay, damn.
On top of that, it just didn't seem like something I thought it was for kids. I don't know. I just
Okay.
but the whole world, like you said, the whole world has been fucking. It's inescapable. I keep hearing.
Yeah.
At Dragon Con, we saw hella I don't know if you recognize who they were, but hella Huntrix and K-pop Demon Hunter stuff and stuff like that. I was like, okay, you know what? It's time, bitch. I'm very nosy. I need to see what the hype is. Actually, they just already announced part 2 coming out already. And after watching the film, guys, I can say I get the hype. Actually, Julian, I think you love having fun. I think this is a super fun movie. It can be enjoyed by adults, kids, because I have
I plan to watch it.
A little niece. I have 2 nieces actually. One's in 2nd grade, one's in kindergarten, and cousins, not nieces. And they just adore this film. They watched it every day since it came out, and so they actually went to like the whole sing along version in the theater. So anyway, my review: the film is wildly creative and wildly original. Which I think this is what audiences are craving, which is interesting. Like Hollywood, take note. Like they think all we care about is IP these days, but like even with movies like Sinners, it proves like we crave originality and creativity, and this is what this movie is. I think it's also really cool that young girls, like I said, like my 2 little cousins, get the opportunity to have these female action heroes, superheroes, protagonists, and as you can see, it's been affecting them obviously, and so I love that. The songs, obviously, the music is super catchy, super fantastic. I think there's this one song at the end called "What It Sounds Like." I've been blasting it in my car. It's a banger. There's a duet between the main K-pop star Rumi and this guy named Jinu, who's like a demon. It's like a low key R&B jam, like bro. It's like the music. Like each song is catchier and catchier. Just really, really great music here, and I think this movie is made to be animated. Like it just shows the beauty of animation and this kind of wacky kind of film. And I know it's just inevitable for the live action adaptation to come out.
It's on the way. It's on the way.
We know how Netflix and Sony are the greediest corporations in the entire world. So,
yes, and Disney. Don't forget Disney.
Yeah. And so we know it's happening, and it's going to be a soulless film. I'm going to watch it. And,
you and now, everybody else, yeah.
I'm happy with what we have with the animated K-pop Demon Hunters. I don't even know if part 2 is necessary. Like I said, I know it's going to happen, but man, this was a fun time. I give it a B+. It's definitely probably the best animated thing I've seen this year so far. I'm thinking,
wow,
I haven't seen that many animated things this year. But
did you watch dubbed or subbed? Because I'm assuming this is made Korea, right? This K-pop is Korean.
Yeah. Well, I put it on Netflix, and I didn't even see a dubbed or sub option, so it was in English, so I assume.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure there is a Korean version, obviously, as well. But
sure,
yeah, I give it a B+, man. I really enjoy K-pop Demon Hunters. So yeah,
nice, awesome. Yeah, it's on my list. I'll get to it eventually.
Nice. Okay, let's talk about some other news here, guys. This is breaking news. The UFC has agreed to a 7-year, $7.7 billion contract with our media exclusive rights agreement with Paramount, which ends the pay-per-view model, I guess, for UFC. Under the terms of this deal, all UFC events will be streamed on Paramount Plus, with select events also broadcasting on CBS, like that big White House thing that's happening next year. What are your thoughts on this?
It's crazy, man. I mean, it's I don't know. I guess just with the times, like WWE pulled away years ago, boxing pulled away years ago, and the UFC was kind of like the last These niggas were like, we're not doing it because of our buy rates and because of our shares and the purses, but streaming is king now, bro. And this is just the way it is. Like it's to me, it's crazy that WWE is like, this they did this like 15 years ago. They were like, we're going to the WWE network. We don't give a fuck about pay-per-view anymore. Like that shit's old news. It's kind of crazy, like the vision that they had to do that. And then boxing quickly followed, and then now all these years later, here's the UFC. To me, in a time where like because of the internet and because of the pirating, pay-per-view buy rates were already way down. Like like in the 90s, like to watch WrestleMania illegally, you had to have a fucking box, like actual physical box to do it. But now, like as the internet is ever expanding, like it's you can find a boxing match or a Conor McGregor, whoever, fight live in 5 fucking seconds on your phone. It'll be like on a 2-minute delay, but who gives a shit? Like it's a free fight. So, the UFC doing it is smart. They were not going to last in the pay-per-view model because it has been dead for a while. And yeah, I mean, RIP, I guess. But yeah, this is the new wave.
Yeah, speaking of partnerships here, Crunchyroll has also partnered with with Delta Airlines to allow passengers to watch anime during their flights on seatback screens. This will include 50,000 episodes and films and 25,000 plus hours of content. So I know this is probably really good for you. You fly a lot and you watch anime. So
Love it.
I assume, yeah.
Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice on those 10-hour flights to Hawaii. That would have helped. Could have watched like a full season of One Piece or something. But yeah, I mean, this is just good news to me. Hopefully, this will help expand anime, I guess. But I don't think it really needs help at this point since Netflix is kind of taking it by the reins. But yeah, cool.
Nice. The Hollywood Reporter ranks the top 10 wrestlers turned actors. I just want to get your thoughts on these wrestlers in these top 10 spots. At number 10, Andre the Giant. I think his most famous role is probably Princess Bride, which I know is a cult classic. I've never seen it. But any thoughts on that? Or, I know he's before your time.
Way before my time.
Number 9, Jesse Ventura. I never heard of him.
Jesse the Body Ventura. Yeah, he used to be the governor of Minnesota, I believe. But yeah, I mean, whatever. I haven't seen him in literally anything aside from Predator, which he was cool in. So cool.
In the first Predator, Arnold?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Jesse the Body Ventura.
Number 8, Paul White, Big Show.
The Big Show.
Spider-Man.
TME Ninja Turtles 2, the Shredder. He was a Shredder. Or
Really?
Super Shredder. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he was in Jingle All the Way as the Big Santa. Sure, whatever.
Yeah, I feel like 10 through like 4 or 5 is like just these guys just whatever. But you can start getting real around 3 or 4. Anyway, number 7, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably like the biggest name out of here. Even though I think his Rocky 2 or Rocky 3, whichever one he was in, helped like launch WrestleMania. So, but like as an actor, whatever.
Number 6, Kevin Nash. Who's this?
I'm sorry, Kevin Nash was actually the Super Shredder in Ninja Turtles 2, not the Big Show. Okay. Kevin Nash. Other than that, I have no idea what he's been in. I'm sure he's been in some. Oh, he was in John Wick Part 2 as like a bodyguard. But yeah, whatever.
Boy, actor didn't say that. Number 5, Adam Edge Copeland. Who's this?
Yeah, he's another wrestler. One of my favorites, but he doesn't have like he was in Vikings, I believe, which is on Apple TV, maybe.
My dad loves that show. Like he's obsessed with that show.
Yeah, he's like a main character on that show.
Okay, so he must have some chops then if he's a main character.
Yeah, I would assume so. I've never seen the show though.
Number 4, Roddy Piper. I've heard his name before. I wouldn't know him by face.
Roddy Piper. Yeah, another one. Who most of his acting was in like late 80s, early 90s. Nothing that I've seen, but sure.
All right, 3 through 1. Let's get it. Number 3 is John Cena, Peacemaker himself.
Yeah, I mean, based on what he's done and like the mainstream success he's had, I'd say that this is a pretty fair assessment. And I think John Cena is a little more talented than people try to give him credit for. I wish he would stop doing these fucking comedies, but it seems like he just can't help himself. Other than that, I really do think that he can act. So I'm not mad at number 3.
You know what? Me and you are lock and step in that opinion because I'm not a fan of his comedy style or his goofy comedies, but I only watched Peacemaker episode 1. I know episode 2 is already out, but I was so impressed. There's a scene towards the end of episode 1 of season 2 when he's really having to dig deep and come to terms with like internal emotions. I was like, he's actually doing phenomenal right here. So yeah, I agree. He's actually a really good actor.
Yep.
When he locks in and has the right material.
Hmm.
Number two, this is probably the one that's going to probably ruffle some feathers between 2 and 1. We all know who could be. Two, they have The Rock, and one, they have Batista. I know you're a big Rock guy. Are you able to be objective with this? Or I mean, obviously, The Rock has opened so many doors. He's the biggest name, obviously, but
Yeah.
from an acting standpoint, what's your thoughts on this? I'm curious.
I mean, look, man. For me, for me personally, it's The Rock. It's like he's the best actor in my opinion, based
Because
on
of
what
what he's
I've
done,
seen.
or
Yeah,
just his material?
yeah. No,
Okay.
based on what I've seen over his 20 years, I feel like The Rock has invoked the most emotion out of me, whether that be in comedy or action or drama, whatever the case may be. I feel like he can do it. I'm excited to see his A24 film later this year. Hopefully, he can actually put through a really good performance, which it looks like he's trying to. I feel like anytime you talk about this, like it sounds like you're trying to shit on the other, and like I'm not. Like I think Dave Bautista is absolutely fantastic as well. He's obviously multi-layered, just like The Rock is, and I think that the only reason why this is a conversation is because he chooses different projects than The Rock would. Whereas The Rock loves to do his action movies, which shouldn't be a fault of his, but people blame him for it. Whereas Batista would choose the more dramatic role, which shouldn't be a fault of his, but people blame him for it. So it's just like, I mean, really, it just comes down to like, you know, what do you want to see? Like, do you want to see Batista do a dramatic role? Okay, there's tons of them. Great. If you want to see The Rock, there's tons of them too. So pick your poison. You're going to enjoy both, in my opinion. So I really have no problem with the list. I would have The Rock as number one, but I'm not mad at Batista being one.
I think you hit the nail right on the head. It's the choices that Batista has made. He from a creativity standpoint, which is something I've always bashed The Rock about. But I want to be very clear about The Rock. One of his pros, I think, is that it's not easy to hold a film together and have audiences like come out to see your movie because you can
It's
because
not.
you're the star and people are like, okay, I want to see the movie because of you. And so I give The Rock so much credit for that. But like I just tend to lean towards Batista only because, like you said, of his choices that he's made. But I'm really interested to see what this new A24 movie The Rock is doing, The Smashing Machine. I believe in The Rock in this movie. I'm not gonna lie, I believe in him based on what I've seen so far. And so if he can pull this off, then that conversation is gonna be very much more of a tighter window. But like you said, Batista just makes more actor choices so far. So
Sure.
yeah. Next up, let's talk about what's coming out. Dexter: Original Sin has been canceled after one season. Damn, came and went. I thought people were excited for this.
It's crazy the amount of memes that like I've never seen a single episode of Dexter. I've always said like my mom loves this show, but like this show's been out for like 20 years. Like I mean, I think it came out in 2006, seven, something like that. So like the fact that it even got this one season reboot, remake, whatever it was awesome. But like I feel like the show kind of prematurely canceled itself because we're all seeing like these dokes memes and like they're so fucking funny. Like before, like back in the Vine days, it was just a surprise, motherfucker. But now it's just like him just looking menacing, and it's so fucking funny. Like every time, like I don't know. I feel like it's kind of a missed opportunity. Hopefully they'll reverse the decision, or maybe it'll be like Lucifer and Netflix will pick it up or something. But I don't know. I feel like there's more story to be had here. But maybe not. I do not watch the show. I have literally no idea what's going on. I'm just saying based on the social media presence, it seems like there's hunger for more Dexter episodes, but maybe not. I could be totally wrong.
Well, your mom being a huge fan of the original series, did she watch Original Sin?
I'm not sure. I had to touch base with her. I'm not sure.
Just curious. A new animated Adams Family movie is in the works. Wednesday creators Alfred Go and Miles Millar
Miles
are
Miller.
developed. Miles Miller.
Put some respect on the fucking Smallville creators, bitch.
Sorry, it's spelled Mialiar, which is a weird way to say Miller. But anyway, are developing the movie, but it will not be connected to the Netflix series. Obviously, this is off the hype of the Netflix Wednesday Addams series, which I love so much, by the way. But what do you care about this at all? Not really.
No, but I will agree with you, bro. Like season 2 of Wednesday, just having so much fun just watching this goddamn
It's
show.
fun, right? Is it fun?
Yeah, like I wish that they were just like not done this four episode bullshit format, and I have to wait for it. But it for some reason it just reminds me of like an early 2000s. Like it kind of fits in that like that Harry Potter, that Chronicles of Narnia, that Twilight, like that, just that early 2000s vibe of film. And like I'm really having so much fun with this goddamn show. Like I honestly like I don't think it's great, but like
Right.
my enjoyment and fun level when I'm watching this just raises everything for me. So yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about it later.
Agree. Totally agree. Great world building. Tim Burton showing he still got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Noah Centineo has been cast as a
Who?
young Rambo. You know, he's like the Netflix. All the girls, little high school girls love him. He's been cast. He played the Adam Smasher in Black Adam. Has been cast as a young Rambo in the Rambo origin film. Director of Sisu will direct. Sisu's another one of John Wick's children, so pretty good. But yeah, so all my Rambo fans, you guys got a new Rambo coming.
Mm.
I mean, I can see him being a young Sly, I guess. Regina Hall and Anna Faris and the Wayans brothers are set to return for a Scary Movie 6. This has had the internet exploded. People are so
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
I think it's something that you wanted, obviously.
Absolutely.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, man. Look, while obviously this is good news, I do have my concerns, just because with them being back, hopefully it means that they're going to be up to their old style of tricks, and they're not going to be afraid in this climate to tell jokes. But I'm concerned. Like, they're 30 years older. How far can they go with this and still make it like reasonable? But then again, that's what I thought about A Haunted House and A Haunted House 2. And I was totally wrong. Both of those movies are absolutely hilarious. Those are instant classics, in my opinion, from Marlon Wayans. So hopefully this can be just as good, just as funny. They can tell as many jokes, and I hope they offend everybody, and it's funny again. I actually recently rewatched Scary Movie for the first time in, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years in its entirety. Just rolling on the floor laughing, bro. Like, it's so fucking funny. And back then in like the late 90s, early 2000s, they didn't give a fuck about nothing. Like, you could say whatever you wanted. You could have any kind of joke. And it wasn't offensive. Like, it was funny. So hopefully, the Wayans brothers and Anna Faris and Regina Hall can come back. They can, pick up right where they left off, and it can be fucking funny again. I'm excited for this. I'm super excited. I mean, this is one of my most anticipated movies of 2026 already. I think Mortal Kombat is still my number one because they fucking pushed that back. But Scary Movie 6 or whatever it's going to be titled, I can't wait for it. I mean, I'm super excited for it.
Yeah, I could have swore they were advertising this as a reboot, but now they're just calling it Scary Movie 6. So I'm not sure, but maybe I wonder if the fans, if them clamoring for them so much, changed the whole direction of the course of the film. Like, okay, this isn't a reboot anymore. We're just going to call it Scary Movie 6 because we're bringing back these, beloved actors or whatnot. So
yeah.
Weapons, which is one of the biggest horror movies of the year from a box office standpoint, has a prequel movie reportedly in the works. It will focus on Aunt Gladys's backstory. So for those who haven't watched the movie, she's kind of the main antagonist of the film.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed Weapons. Julian did not, but I don't know if I want this. I'll definitely be there just to kind of see. I guess her origin could be interesting, but yeah. What are your thoughts on this? Obviously, you probably don't care.
Yeah, well, it's not that I don't care. It's just that I don't know if this is like, if this excites me, or like if I don't know. I have to see like way more, see a trailer. But then again, I mean, this trailer had me excited, and I was totally wrong about the movie. So, but maybe if I know for a fact that like going into it is going to be focused on her and her background, maybe that'll help my viewing experience. So we'll see. I'm not going to rule this out.
Nice. A Kobe Bryant movie is in the works at Warner Brothers. It follows the days leading up to him getting drafted. I've been seeing people split down the middle on this. I lean towards the side of I'm really happy and excited for this. I think if done right, this could be a really great sports movie, and obviously he's to one of my favorite basketball players of all time. So I'm here for it. But how about you as a huge Kobe fan?
Yeah, man. I don't know. I think this is gonna ultimately fall into that category of like, this isn't going to teach me anything new. So like, I'm only going to enjoy it so much. And like, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, up to when he got drafted. So like, they're going to be showing shit about his dad and in Italy, and him growing up in Italy and shit. Like, I don't know how interesting that actually is. Like him dominating Lower Merion High School. Like, oh, okay, bro, we get it. Like, you're amazing. But I could be wrong. We'll see. But like, to say I'm excited for this is like a huge Kobe fan, it would just be a lie. I'm really not.
I'm calling it now. I see he's making a lot more at the box office. I think that people have been kind of wanting Kobe and back in the zeitgeist after his passing. So I think they're gonna milk that. I think this is gonna make a lot of money at the box office, even from people who are casuals, just me. Ridley Scott says that he is working on a Gladiator 3 right now. Both Julian and I are not the biggest fans of Part 2. Obviously, Part 1 is the mega classic film, but I don't know, man. I don't think I want it.
No, 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 no. Please don't do this. It sounds like a threat. I don't want this to happen.
Sounds like a
It sounds like a fucking threat.
yeah,
No, thank you. I'm cool.
yeah.
Starring Paul Mescal again. Oh God.
Hey, bring Denzel back. Fuck it.
Nah,
Back from the dead, motherfucker. I totally be here for that. Just lean into fantasy and magic and stuff. I don't care.
okay,
Um,
you're right.
As you mentioned earlier, Mortal Kombat 2 has been delayed to May 15th of next year.
Yeah.
I wonder why. I wonder if the fan reception was so big that, oh shit, okay, we have to make a good movie now. Like,
Nah, man. So this is. I don't know if you remember me talking about this like early this year, like it was like April or May. I'm like, how have we still not seen anything from this movie yet? Like it's supposed to be coming out in October. Like, how have we not seen anything from this? And then like we just got one trailer like a month ago. I was just like, this isn't a good sign. Like the trailer looks great, but this isn't a good sign for like an October release date. So it doesn't really surprise me. I mean, the only thing that surprised me was the 7 month thing. Like I figured if it got delayed, it'd be a month or two, but it's getting delayed 7 months is crazy. To me, that just means that like reshoots need to happen, and like there's certain things that they want to touch up, and that maybe they just didn't love when they were like finishing the film. But inherently, this is a good thing because that means that when they were getting complete, they were like, okay, this doesn't work, and that they care. So okay, it's still gonna be ass. I'm still gonna be there opening night, and I can't wait. So I don't care.
7 months of reshoots just for it to still be ass. Love that.
Yeah.
Let's talk some trailers, guys. We have the trailer for Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3 Culling Game Arc. Don't have no idea what that means, but I'm sure you guys do who watch the show. Premiering January of next year, 2026. You watch the show, and what are your thoughts on the trailer?
Don't watch the show. I watched season 1. I had enough. I was like, I don't care about this show at all. But I know that it's extremely popular. I know everybody loves this show. So guys, enjoy season 3. I would not be there.
Did you see any Jujutsu Kaisen cosplays at Dragon Con?
Not that stood out, no.
Okay. Calling y'all niggas out. We have the trailer for Chad Powers starring Glenn Powell. I thought he was Hollywood's next golden boy, but after watching this, I don't know. The comedy series follows a disgraced college quarterback who joins a new football team disguised as the talented Chad Powers, releasing on Hulu September 30th. What are your thoughts on this trailer?
Yeah, every football player's dream, I guess. Is this just like Juwanna Man? Like, yeah, I don't know. First of all, Glenn Powell looks old as fuck in this. I just thought it's hilarious. Like, these niggas put like the surfer dude wig on him, and I'm supposed to expect him to be in college. Like this old fuck, no. Sorry, but yeah, I don't care about this at all. Shout out to Glenn Powell. Shout out to Hulu. I would not be watching.
Yeah, I like Glenn Powell. I think this is the weird direction for his career because it's like right at that tipping point where he's about to reach like stardom for real, and he chose to do something like this. Maybe it's a passion project. Who knows? Because I know he is producing a lot lately. But this is like Timothy Chalamet doing. He's bigger than Timothy Glenn Powell, but never mind. Anyway, yeah, I'm not excited for this. I'm not a fan of his comedy per se. I think comedic shop is something that's actually like very hard to accomplish in Hollywood, to actually have something that people actually like. Okay, this guy's funny. So I don't know if he has that, but we'll see. Actually, we won't see. I won't see.
Oh, okay.
We have the trailer for Fallout Season 2 has been released, coming December 17th on Prime Video. Guys, Season 1 of this show, I have no context for the record. It was such a surprise for me when it came out last year or 2 years ago. It's one of the best shows of the year I've seen. I really just enjoyed that world building. I loved it, and so I cannot wait for Fallout Season 2. I know you didn't watch Fallout Season 1, but what are your thoughts on this trailer? Do you want to watch Season 1?
No. And like you said, I have literally no context. I don't play the games either. I know of the games, but I don't play the games. Didn't watch the show. Trailer didn't mean anything to me. I don't know who any of these people are. I don't know where they are. Whatever.
I say give the first 2 episodes of Season 1 a chance, and if I think you might like it. It's very fun, as you like to, but also got a good story too. The trailer for Marty Supreme, starring Timothy Chalamet, has been released. He's playing.
Yeah. The fuck is this?
Ping ponger. You got Tyler the Creator getting some acting chops in here.
Oh.
I fear, guys, that Chalamet has reached a point where I watch anything that the Lisan Al-Gaib is in. So I will be there opening night. So,
opening night is crazy for a ping pong movie. Hey man, have fun. I will not be there opening night. I would not be watching this. Shout out to Chalamet, bitch. You're not there for me yet, bitch. I'm not just gonna walk into anything that you're doing. Sorry, not sorry. So ping pong, get that shit out of here. I'm not watching this.
And last trailer here, guys, is for Sisu 2 has been released, coming to theaters on November 21st.
Didn't see this trailer.
Not to watch this trailer because part one was so good to me because it was like such a surprise out of nowhere. Once again, one of John Wick's many illegitimate children, but it's probably the best of his illegitimate children, if I'm being honest. And so part one was just so balls to the wall. I was like, I'm gonna try if I can. I'm sure I'll see it during the movie, but I'm just gonna try to go to the movie blind as hell so I can just be surprised and have fun with it. Because yeah, part one was just spectacular in my opinion. Not like that, like a great movie, but just like a great action movie. You know.
Mhm. Cool. Sisu Part 2 coming
You plan on
soon.
watching part one ever?
I'm not against it, but like to say that it's in my list, it's not on my list. No.
All right, I can change that. We have DC and Marvel news coming up. James Gunn says that he's currently looking for ways to bring Bloodsport, played by Idris Elba and the Suicide Squad,
Yeah.
into the DCU. His lore and stuff, where it begins, where it ends, is so messy at this point. But
Don't
I
question
don't
it.
care.
Don't
I
question
need
it.
Bloodsport. I've always been. You can ask Julie. I've always been such a fan of Idris Elba's Bloodsport.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
talk about aura. I mean, talk about aura. I mean, come on.
Ha!
I mean, I need him. I need
Okay.
him in the DCU. He killed Superman. Forgot. No, he didn't kill him. He shot Superman. But what are your thoughts?
I don't care. I'm sorry. And you know what? I don't even wish that I did. We've already got Bloodsport. His name's Peacemaker. He's enough. So he does everything that I do. Yeah. Sorry. I don't care.
He's not black. James Gunn. Speaking of James Gunn, he said he's currently writing a Superman sequel script, and also he kind of went on to say that he wants 4 of these movies. And you know, one thing I'll say about this though is that I appreciate the fact that unlike what's the Snyderverse, they're actually like making attempts to like go ahead and get the sequel like rolling and like have it shit planned out.
Mhm.
I desperately wanted Man of Steel 2 so bad, even though we kind of got it with BVS, not really though, but. I like that there's a plan. Even though, guys, I'm not the big. I thought Superman was fine. I thought I gave like a B-. I enjoyed it. I saw it twice. But I like that there's a plan at least to have Superman as your focal point of your new DCU. And so yeah, hopefully these movies get better and better.
I have no faith in James Gunn writing Superman. So any faith that I had before I saw this Superman movie this past July went straight out the fucking window. But that just means that like my expectations are in hell. So maybe I'll be easy to please. And maybe that because I know that he's just gonna James Gunn it, like maybe it won't like slap me in the face. But it's probably still gonna hate it, and it's probably still gonna be most mid ridiculous bullshit ever. So yeah, yay!
All right,
More Superman from James Gunn. Yay!
We have a Snyder loyalist in the chat.
That's not it at all.
It is. Margot Robbie has revealed that the Penguin was the original villain of Birds of Prey. And Matt Reeves apparently said to Warner Brothers, "Don't use the Penguin. I'm going to use him, bitch." And so they swapped it to Black Mask, played by Ewan McGregor. That movie is just such a like for whatever movie to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, Matt Reeves says, "Bitch, I got plans for him." And I'm so glad
Which is crazy because at the time, his like DC didn't even exist.
it did,
But
that nigga had power at Warner Brothers.
yeah, like what? Okay. Yeah, I mean, could I have seen Colin Farrell's the Penguin in this? Yeah, but like, would I have liked to see it?
I mean, it didn't say Colin Farrell's Penguin. It just said the Penguin. So they probably would have casted somebody else.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Because like I just said, like that nigga literally didn't exist. Like Colin Farrell's the Penguin didn't exist. You're right. But yeah, anyway, like could I have seen the Penguin in Birds of Prey: The Emancipation of Proclamation? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could have, but yeah, like you said, that movie is just. I walked in and walked right the fuck out. I was just like, wow, that didn't mean anything to me.
You know what's crazy about that movie is that movie has so many fans online, like women who love that movie, which I love that they love that movie.
Cool.
And so it's to the point where I watched it again on the plane like last year. I was like, okay, maybe I was just in the wrong headspace. Let me see it again. It was still fucking mid. Like, women, okay.
Hey man, it's just not for you. That's cool.
It's for them. Ryan Reynolds now shifting to Marvel.
Oh, great.
Harley Quinn. She's such a hero. Ryan Reynolds will officially return as Deadpool in Avengers Doomsday. The quote is, however, don't expect him to actually be joining the Avengers team, though. Thank you, I guess. So, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, Deadpool and Wolverine made damn near $1 billion. So,
it definitely made over $1 billion.
It made over. Okay, I'm sorry. So, yeah, this is the result. This was inevitable. I was already expecting it. You guys by now know how I feel about Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool, so I won't go into it again. But I already knew that this was going to happen. So like this news didn't faze me at all.
My only worry is that even though this is so true to his character, that this movie's going to be Act 2 or Act 3, is the dramatic tensions rising. And
Here he
here comes
comes.
Deadpool breaking the fourth wall, taking me
Yep.
out of it.
Yep.
Let's get him in there and out of there real quick.
Hopefully.
Or just have him in there, but don't have him break the fourth wall and make him more of a serious character. That wouldn't be true to his character.
Wouldn't be Deadpool. Yeah.
So it wouldn't happen. Huh.
Nope.
Stuck between a rock and a hard place there, huh?
Yeah. Everybody's going to die, and then there's going to be, dun, 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 dun. And here comes Deadpool doing a musical number. Okay. Just get ready for it, buddy.
Or you just have in a post-credit scene, which is kind of inconsequential. Have him in the third post-credit scene. People have left by then. Anyway, Jackie Chan, your boy, says that his stunt team is working on Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Wow.
And his quote is, "I went to London for a meeting and visited the set. My Jackie Chan stunt team," I love how you said that, "was busy filming Spider-Man, and I was their action director."
Wow.
I mean, the fact that Destin Cretton is doing this, people love his action direction that he did with Shang-Chi, bringing in one of the GOATs and Jackie Chan. I mean, Spider-Man's not really kung fu, but there's got to be some creativity in these fights, which I love, which I think that MCU Spider-Man has been desperately needing creativity in his fights.
Yeah.
This sounds pretty amazing, actually.
Well, I mean, look, as much as I'm excited for the Spider-Man aspect, to me, Frank Castle now has something to fucking do, because like he cannot possibly just be shooting niggas the entire movie. Well, I mean, he can't. This is PG-13.
Never a nigga with just hands, is he?
Yes, the fuck he is, bitch. See, you have not seen Daredevil season 2, the prison scene. So yeah, they're gonna want nothing but hands, nigga. So yeah, I mean, yeah, hopefully, him and John Berthal and the stunt team get together and they make some magic. I would love to see him do something with the actual kung fu guy like Daredevil or Iron Fist or something, but I don't want to see Spider-Man fucking kung fuing anybody. First of all, like I don't want to see that. So leave that shit to Punisher and like all the other street level niggas. But like they got to fight the Hulk in this supposedly, so we'll see. But yeah, this is good news. I mean, but we'll see how it pans out.
Speaking of Spider-Man Brand New Day, Florence Pugh's Yelena Belova has reportedly also joined the cast and will have a sizable role.
Sizable?
I love her as Yelena Belova. I think she is so great, and I'm still scared this movie's gonna be too overstuffed, like kind of like James Gunn's Superman. But we'll see. But I like the fact that I can see her interacting with Spider-Man. That could be fun.
That's how I feel about fucking Yelena Belova, whatever the fuck her name is. I don't want her in this movie at all. Hopefully that's just not true.
And speaking of Yelena Belova, Thunderbolts is now streaming on Disney Plus. For those who missed it in theaters or just want to watch it again.
Yeah, B movie.
Will you be watching it again?
Again? No. I saw it twice in theaters, so I'm good. Yeah.
This is more so kind of like, I don't know, TMZ, but
Okay.
two major actors on the set of Avengers Doomsday, unknown for now, got into a major dispute on set, which led to the actors being unwilling to shoot scenes together. Their scenes will have to be reshot and rewritten. Apparently, these are two actors that are really involved, like heavy in the script on the call sheet. There's been all kind of speculation. Obviously, Letitia Wright, Pedro Pascal, Tony, Robert Downey Jr., Ryan Reynolds. Who knows who it is? I'm sure it'll come out one day. I've been searching Reddit trying to find out who the fuck it is. I can't find anything that's of credence here. But interesting. There's trouble in paradise already.
Okay. I don't care. I'm sorry. Get the fucking movie done. I don't give a fuck.
Well, that could affect the movie getting done because now, like you said, things will be rewritten, reshot. The actors can't be in the same room together. Hopefully, they get over that shit. But interesting to say the least, though.
Wesley Snipes and Ryan Reynolds and Blade all over again.
What if it's just those two niggas again?
Nah, that would be nuts. I would say just cut both of them out. Make it fair.
No, Cracker, this ain't over.
That'd be crazy.
Easy, Blade. Calm down, man. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
2025 will likely be the first year since 2011 where not a single MCU film finishes in the top 10 at the global box office. Times are changing. What are your thoughts on this?
I love it. I think that this is ultimately a good thing. Even though they've only released through 2 projects this year?
3 movies: Captain America: Brave New World, Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four: New Steps. Whatever.
3. So, typically they try to. Well, no, I think typically they do 3 or 4, maybe 5. Anyway, the reality is that, this to me anyway, this kind of goes back to what I was saying years ago, like right after Endgame, where I was just like, we need we need stars again. Like they can't keep relying on fucking Groot and Yelena Belova and anybody else to sell a film. Like we need Cap, Iron Man, and Thor. Um, it's kind of crazy that it's taken this long for it to happen, honestly. But then again, you had Spider Man No Way Home, you had Shang Chi, you had Eternals, which even though I don't think a lot of people loved, I think it made a lot of money. Um, so yeah, now they're relying on Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts, which literally nobody gives a fuck about, and Captain America, the Black Captain America. So, look, hopefully this makes them realize that they need to make a change somewhere, that they need to tell better, tighter stories. They need to get better, tighter characters, and that they need to bring characters that people actually care about to the forefront. Now, your argument can obviously be, well, when they started, nobody gave a fuck about Iron Man or Hulk or whoever, but when they started, they had the idea already of going straight to the Avengers, and Captain America was already a name. Now, was he like a Superman? No, but I mean, he was still a name that people recognized enough to go to see the movie, and they spent 4 to 5 years building up that Avengers right off the bat, like you knew where it was going. Whereas now, especially with the Jonathan Majors thing, it just feels like there's no end in sight to what's happening, and they keep releasing all this shit, all these TV shows, all these video games, and everything's supposed to be canon. It's just too much. So hopefully they're not going to do this, but hopefully they can tighten the reins and just make better content. They're literally not going to do this, but hopefully they can. I'm assuming what's actually going to happen is they're going to say, oh, well, we'll release 3 things and we don't care. And then they're just going to release Avengers next year and break every box office record again. And there's going to be 10 TV shows again. But long-winded way of saying we need to bring back stars. These random niggas are not putting butts in seats anymore. My mom does not give a fuck about the Thunderbolts or a Black Captain America. Sorry, she doesn't. So she liked Fantastic Four though, but see, his families didn't because like nobody wanted to go see the Fantastic Four. Marvel's first family, as Monty loves to call them. Like nobody wanted to see that fucking movie. So yeah, Marvel has a problem. Whether they actually do something about it is a whole nother story, which they're literally not going to because they've got the Disney money, they've got the bag, so they do not care anymore. But yeah, anyway, go ahead, Monty. I'm sorry, I ranted a little bit.
No, you're good. You're good. I love a good rant. Yeah, I love this. I love the fact that the MCU is now kind of being shaken up a little bit. I think that the MCU had gotten so big it started affecting other movies and how they had their comedy and how they had their plot structure and how they had their post credit scenes. And so, hopefully, more movies like Sinners and 28 Years Later can come out and just like that, and the MCU model can kind of take a back seat. I don't think it's a problem of having big names or anything like that. Because, like you said, Fantastic Four came out and didn't do that as well as they thought it would do. So, it was just a huge name, household name, I think. I
It's
think it's
not.
just. I think it's. Yes, it is.
It's not.
If you show a random family who doesn't watch any superhero content, just that four with that blue in the back, they're gonna know okay, that's Fantastic Four.
I don't think so. I don't think so, man.
I do.
I don't think
Anyway,
so.
I think it's a problem of just telling quality story. I think the quality has fallen off greatly. Like you said, there's no direction, and that's clear, and audiences are kind of understanding that now. And so, yeah, I think you can have a character like fucking Peacemaker, and I know it's DC, but like if it's good, people will watch it. So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I think anyway. Anyway, guys, last segment of the pod today is random recommendations for those who are not hip yet. Every month, me and Julian exchange 2 movies we have never seen or haven't seen in a very long time, and we just kind of give our thoughts on them. It's a little fun exchange of art, and we kind of recommend our next two for the next month. So the 2 movies that he recommended that I watch were A Thin Line Between Love and Hate and Poseidon. And I recommended him to watch The Iron Claw A24 and In the Heights. So yeah, I'll get my review for A Thin Line in watch order for me. A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Martin Lawrence and Lynn Whitfield. This is actually, I was surprised to find this was directed and co-written by Martin Lawrence. I never knew he directed anything. And apparently this is his only directorial for a feature film, and I see why, unfortunately.
Hmm.
Now, this movie's called A Thin Line Between Love and Hate, but I'm going to tell you what else is thin here. The plot, this tired story of the player that he just gets any girl he wants, and he has to find the right girl who's been under his nose the entire time. You know, we've seen that, but I don't have a problem with movies, I guess, repeating old and tired, I guess, tropes and stuff like that. But you got to have something special in it for me. And of course, Martin wrote and directed himself to be this kind of player that, the girl that he wants, all these women basically are pursuing him, which I'd be hypocritical if I shamed him on that, because I made a movie myself in which I wrote it, and I'm the guy that this girl keeps pining after, but I keep pushing her away. So that's kind of like in like the nature of an artist to kind of want to make themselves on this kind of pedestal to an extent. I don't have any problem with that, but the dialogues of the film, the themes of the film, the comedy. I didn't laugh one time in a comedy with Martin Lawrence in the '90s in his heyday, which was, I don't know, that's telling. This is the second movie with Martin Lawrence where I haven't laughed that much when he was in his heyday. This movie and the Tim Robbins movie that you recommended to me,
Nothing to
uh,
lose.
Nothing to Lose. Yeah, I was looking for it. And the love triangle between him and Regina King and Lynn Whitfield was so weak to me. It was so I love a love triangle. I was rooting for that storyline to pop off and have some kind of interesting kind of a dynamic to it, but it was just very weak in my opinion. Now, I will say this: I did like Lynn Whitfield's character arc. I love the fact that she's this rich, seemingly well put together woman who's kind of unraveling at the fact that this man who she's put her newfound trust in, kind of is not going the way she wanted to. I think that there's a movie there, not a comedy, a drama. Dare I say that it could really have worked there. With her character being kind of the forefront, she's the more superior actor, obviously, and just I like that angle. But from what we got, I think it's not a bad movie at all. I want to be very clear. It's just that I was looking for that spark that I didn't get, and so I gave it a C. I thought it was average, but I'm glad I finally saw it because I know people have been loving Lynn Whitfield this movie for ages, and I've been hearing about this movie for a long time. I just never really saw it though. So yeah.
Okay. First one I watched was The Iron Claw, which is a movie that I've been telling Monty since it came out, since he gave it an A, that as a diehard wrestling fan, I told him that it was going to fall into this category of I've seen this before, and this is not going to tell me anything new. And that's the category it fell into. I know the story of the goddamn the not the Freebirds, whatever the fuck their nigga name is. I've known their story for years, mostly because wrestlers that grew up in the '90s grew up on the Von Erich family, especially Stone Cold Steve Austin, who grew up in Texas. He used to go one of his most famous interviews was telling everybody how the reason he got into wrestling was because he went to the Sportatorium in Dallas and saw the Von Erichs wrestling. And yeah, like as somebody who used to be a diehard wrestling fan, like their story is like so well known. They're one of the most famous families in wrestling. So like the entirety of the story itself, like the narrative, was just kind of like recounting what I already knew. There was one scene in particular that I thought was great, which was obviously the scene where after Carrie commits suicide, he goes into the abyss and he sees his brothers. I thought that was a great scene, a really great scene, really heartfelt scene. But like in terms of like the 2 hour and 10 minute, whatever it was, runtime, I was just kind of bored, to be honest with you.
Wow.
I did laugh a few times. Where there's Ric Flair, there's I don't know, there's a whole bunch of wrestlers that they named that I was just like, wow, like this is their depiction of them. I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, overall, man, this just didn't. I don't know. This is exactly what I thought it was going to be. This is why I was telling you I didn't want to watch this. I felt like I wasted my time. Honestly, I gave it a C. There's just nothing here for me. There's nothing for me to sink my teeth into. So yeah.
So this movie, even though I knew you kept saying that, I know what's going to happen. I didn't. The movie's not good because you know what's going to happen. Even though I didn't know what was going to happen. It's the brotherly. As somebody that has a brother and has brothers, I thought like that bond would hit you or connect with you. Like you said, the scene on the boat was obviously as iconic, obviously, but the scene at the end where he's like, man, like he's talking to his kids, he's like, man, I'm not a brother anymore. That didn't hit you as somebody that has brothers and stuff like that, like just that kind of stuff. Okay, how was Zac Efron's performance then?
It was cool.
It was cool. Okay. So I remember watching the movie in theaters, and there was a guy next to me. I went by myself when I saw this. He was obviously a huge wrestling fan, and I remember when the movie was over, he gave me like a 10-minute rant, like just a random stranger, about how he hated the Ric Flair guy. And I just listened to him. I was like, whatever. This guy's obviously going through. He needs somebody to ping pong off of. But so, what were your thoughts on the Ric Flair actor?
I thought it was funny. Like I said, like I was laughing. I was laughing at him, but I thought, look, Ric Flair in the late '70s, early '80s, like he was that guy. Like, we've all seen the interviews, jet flying, limousine riding. I got 100 bitches. Like that's Ric Flair, especially in that time. So, I I don't know. It didn't bother me. Like I said, like I thought it was. I literally I was laughing. Like I was like, this is hilarious. Now, was that the movie's intended result? Probably not. But I thought it was funny. It didn't bother me at all. Like, but I'm not like a diehard Ric Flair. Like, how dare you? Like, I'm not that guy for Ric Flair. He's before my time too. But I thought it was funny.
Okay, nice. Next review, guys, is for Poseidon. Let's take it back to the days of when Josh Lucas was absolutely everywhere. This nigga was everywhere for a certain amount of time, and also starring Kurt Russell. I don't know how they got him into this movie. But look, man, this. Besides some very brutal deaths that were actually unexpected, I was like, "Oh shit! Like, what is this? Fucking Final Destination or a fucking movie about the ship sinking?" It plays out exactly how I would expect this kind of movie too. You know, the ship starts to sink. There's various obstacles that they have to overcome. Continuous obstacles, should I say? And then they make it out. They get rescued. This is the kind of movies where like a black person will watch and be like, he'd be like, you ready to go on this cruise? Like, oh yeah, no, you ain't seen Poseidon from 2006. I feel like it's one of those movies. Like, this Titanic, like, you know, that fear of ships probably really propagated because of them or because of this movie. But I will say this though, the effects held up actually extremely well for a 2006 film. Like, it looks like it could have come out today, damn near. But yeah, because of the routine nature of it, and you know, I was just like, oh, whatever, you know. You know, the archetypes of characters that you always see, you know, the guy, the brave hero, the cowboy, Josh Lucas, you know, the girl, the hoe. I gave it a C. It was fine. I'm not mad I watched it.
Yeah. I liked Kurt Russell's sacrifice in that movie. I was like, dang, like,
yeah,
that was a great scene.
that was surprising.
But yeah. Okay. My last movie that I watched was In the Heights. This is a movie that I had always wanted to see. I came out in 2021. Lin Manuel Miranda musical, and boy, could you fucking tell. Boy, like, oh my God.
I want to go to Puerto Rico so I can get a couple drinks.
Yeah. Starring Anthony Ramos, excuse me, who I just don't love. I don't know what it is about the guy, but I just do not love him in literally anything that he's in.
I love him.
I'm not one of those guys. But like a really heavy cast here, like Corey Hawkins, Melissa Barrera, Lin-Manuel Miranda. That nigga, I'm sure he was in this bitch. Yeah, that nigga all over this movie. Every time he's on the scene, I just bust out laughing. Like, why are you in here, bro? And yeah, man, this was first of all, this opening, this 10-minute opening of this movie, man, was just awe inspiring. Like, I was just like, wow, like I love this. Like, I'm fully invested. I'm ready to watch this movie. I'm ready to let this movie wash over me. But unfortunately, it just slowly just went to hell for me. And I really hate that. It went to hell. I really hate that because, you know, you just talked about tropes when you're watching Poseidon. I mean, this fucking musical has every trope of every one of these type of movies that we've ever seen. Like, there's the person that just dreams big. There's the girl that wants to make it out. There's the parents that did everything. Then it's just like, come on, bro. Like, I'm halfway through the movie, I was contemplating turning it off. Like, oh, wow. I was just like, I do not care about this. Like, I'm not having fun. Like, the songs are cool, but there was nothing that like stood out. I will say, Melissa Barrera, I had no idea she could actually sing. Apparently, I literally looked this up. Like, she actually sung all those songs herself.
You could tell her singing was the worst part of the movie, in my opinion.
You think so?
I hated her singing so much.
Wow. Okay.
Now Corey Hawkins got a fucking voice on that nigga.
Yeah. But I thought, I don't know, maybe I was just so surprised that she was like could sing, in my opinion, that I was just like, wow, okay, she sounds great. To me, she was like the best singer there. But okay. But yeah, I just didn't enjoy it. But by the time it was over, first of all, this movie was like 2 hours and 30 fucking minutes, just long. And by the time it was over, I was like, thank God. I just did not love this, unfortunately. Like I said, like I really loved the opening, but then it just kept going and kept going and kept going. And I was just like, I don't care about this. I ended up giving it a C. I think like from a musical perspective, it's probably better. From like a just from like a show, like a set piece. But in terms of like narrative, it just didn't resonate with me personally. But yeah.
It's funny. I actually watched this again because I hadn't seen this in the theaters. I want to see it with fresh eyes. I know he's doing his review on it soon, and that was my biggest problem with the movie. You know, I'll give it a B+. I still enjoyed it. Was the fact that it's too much music in this musical. I know it's kind of weird, and it kind of drags the story. But I think the story that's underneath of like all these different characters, I think that's actually compelling on its own. I think it could have done with less music, but I still enjoyed the movie though overall. So
Yeah.
okay, so we went 4 for 4, 4 C's around the board. Damn. That's how the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna recommend our next movies for the month of September. I'll give you my first one. This movie called. Have you ever seen Galaxy Quest with Tim?
No, never even heard of it.
Okay, Galaxy Quest. Sigourney Weaver. Tim Allen.
Never,
Yeah, Tim Allen.
never heard of it. Okay. Um. Okay. I think I want to give you like an artsy movie, but unfortunately for you, it's still going to be an action movie. But I'm going to give you Jet Li's Hero.
Okay.
This is a real artsy movie. You'll see a few people that you recognize. It's still action. It's Jet Li, but you know what? I'm not going to say anything else. Watch it, bitch, and enjoy it.
I don't need no context. Next review for you is The Northman. This is with Roger Eggers, who did Nosferatu, which I wasn't the biggest fan of. This is what he did before, which I consider a personal masterpiece. The Northman, starring Alexander Skarsgård.
Okay. I'm assuming you've seen this, but just in case you haven't, Will Smith's Enemy of the State.
I've never seen that actually.
You've never seen Enemy of the State? Okay, great. Okay. Will Smith's Enemy of that's hilarious. This is one of those ones that was on my list, and I was like, I gotta have it back up because it's Will Smith. But okay. Yeah. Wow, you got two great movies, man. I'm happy for you. I hope you enjoy them.
Two great ones.
Yeah, we'll fucking see. See loading. Look, guys, make sure you like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the Current Era Pod, okay?
Share if you're feeling frisky, guys. Please do.
Share. Thanks, Monty.
Thank you.